Welcome back to Thoughtful Thinking. Your brain is literally designed to sabotage you. And the worst part? The smarter you are, the harder it hits. Psychologists call it emotional avoidance. And once you understand what's actually happening inside your brain when you procrastinate, you'll never look at it the same way again. This isn't about discipline. It's not about willpower. It's not even about time management. It's about something much darker, and much more fixable. Mid-video hook number 1, but here's where it gets worse. The thing you're doing to cope with procrastination is actively making it harder to stop. The truth bomb. A study out of Carleton University tracked thousands of chronic procrastinators and found one thing they all had in common. It wasn't laziness. It wasn't poor planning. It was this: they were using avoidance to regulate emotions they didn't want to feel. The task itself wasn't the problem. The feelings the task triggered were anxiety, self-doubt, fear of failure, fear of success. The moment your brain senses those feelings coming, it does the only thing it knows how to do: it runs. And it calls that running, "I'll do it later." And here's the part nobody wants to admit. The relief you feel when you avoid something? That relief is real. Your brain registers it as a reward. Which means every time you procrastinate and feel better, you've just trained yourself to do it again. This is why motivation doesn't work. You can't motivate your way out of an emotional response. Your brain isn't being lazy, it's being protective. It's shielding you from feelings it has decided are dangerous. Here's what's actually happening at a neurological level. The moment you think about a task that triggers discomfort, your amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for threat detection, fires. It treats the discomfort of starting like a physical threat. And your nervous system responds accordingly. Heart rate up. Focus down. Suddenly the fridge needs checking and you have 47 unread emails to sort through. The task didn't change. Your brain just decided it was dangerous. And the longer you wait, the stronger the association gets. The task becomes linked to discomfort. Opening the document feels like opening a wound. If that hit you, good. Because here's what that means for you specifically. It means every productivity hack you've ever tried was aimed at the wrong target. You weren't fixing the problem, you were decorating around it. The to-do list didn't help. The timer didn't help. The new app didn't help. Because none of them addressed the one thing actually running the show: the emotion underneath the avoidance. You don't have a time management problem. You have an emotional regulation problem. And that distinction changes everything. So what actually works? It's not about forcing yourself to start. It's about reducing the emotional threat of starting. Psychologists call this lowering the activation energy. You make the first step so small, so unthreatening, that your amygdala has nothing to react to. Not, write the report, open the document, that's it. Not, go to the gym. Just put your shoes on. That's it. Not, clean the whole apartment. Just pick up one thing off the floor, that's it. The goal isn't to trick yourself into productivity. The goal is to teach your brain that starting is safe. Because once you're in motion, once you've crossed the threshold, the emotional resistance drops. The work becomes easier. The threat dissolves. You weren't lazy. You were scared. And that's a much easier thing to fix. Comment, same, if this explains something you felt but never had words for. And if you want to understand the other ways your brain is quietly working against you, that's exactly what this channel is for. See you in the next one.